Test QEQR. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, my wonderful friends. Magus with you on a beautiful day in Asha. And today's message is 333. And I'm going to share with you my 3 favorite books, my 3 favorite tarot cards, and my 3 favorite crystals. And I think it's a beautiful way for us to get to know each other any better. And I want this to be interactive. I want you to go to the comments and tell me your 333. And you can really know somebody by their likes and the reason that they like things. And so what should we start with? I think we'll start with the books. My books are my life. I love books. At a time I had thousands of books. I have pictures of my loft just covered in bookshelves. But books to me are friends, and so I boxed up a lot of them, put them out in the shed, and got down to about maybe, I don't know, 600, 700, 800 books, and then I broke them down even again, and I just counted them before I made this video. I have a little over 200 books on my shelves right now, because when I look at the books, I want to remember, it reminds me of music. You know, when you hear a song from 20 years ago, and it'll take you right back to that time and place and those feelings. And that's what these books are to me. When I look at these, they're old friends, and I just remember the times we've had together. So I'm going to start from my third, second, and to my all-time first. So you'll know, I mean, this could also be 111 video. By the end of this, you'll know my favorite book, my favorite crystal, and my favorite tarot deck. But I do have to say, all the books I've read, the thousands of books, help me to understand these books. I wouldn't really have the understanding of some of these books if it wasn't for those other books that got me there. So number 3, The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. My friends, this is a life-changing book. I've given this book to people, I've told you, with OCD and different problems going on in their lives, and it absolutely healed them. And I've read this so many times, it's just falling apart, notes all throughout it. And what I'll do is I'll read it once and I'll underline. I'll read it again and I'll use a pink highlighter. I'll read it again and use a yellow highlighter. I'll read it again and use pen. And so that I'm always finding something new and seeing something different. And this book is absolutely amazing. The Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes comes in at number 3. This is kind of hard, number 2 and number 1, because this book right here absolutely changed my life. The Teachings of the Magi. You'll notice it's orange, and I wear orange all the time. I love this book, and this was given to me by a religious professor here at our local college, and I don't have words to tell you how much I love this book, The Teachings of the Magi. It's the first time in my life religion made sense. I've been around religion my whole life. I've been to Bible college. I was passionate about religion, but a lot of things just didn't make sense. And that's when they would tell you, well, your little human brain can't understand everything, or his ways are higher than your ways, and you'll figure it out when you're dead, and all those things. It just really irritated me when they would say, and this book just, it opened up truths. It opened up Asha, the highest truth. And then, my friends, of course, number 1 is Asha. This book is my life. I've memorized this book. This book is more than a book. It's what I am. It is my very essence and being. And I mean, all my dreams and visions, and I've written down, and all the pages. Every time I read this, my friends, I get more revelation, and I jot down, and it's a magical book, and it comes from all the thousands of books I've read before, and of course the Teachings of the Magi, and I've pulled out from all the religions, from Hinduism, from Christianity, from Judaism. I've pulled out those truths that are in there, and then left all the the non-truths. You know, as we talked about before, many of the world religions, they're mixed. They have a God that loves sometimes and hates sometimes, at peace sometimes, at war sometimes, and they've mixed a monster God of good and evil, and it's very confusing, and you'll think you're losing your mind when you get into religion, and you are, and that's what's so beautiful about the original word, the original good religion of the Magi, of Zarathustra. It's all good, and it finally makes sense. You're all, that makes sense. Good is good and bad is bad. There's love and then there's hate, and you don't mix them, and it's confusing. And well, when do you use it? If you can love and hate, then you have to figure out when it's okay to use it. It becomes maddening and crazy, and you can kill at times, you can't kill at times. It's such a simple, beautiful message. It's just, you are like good spirit, which is only good, love, peace, joy, kindness, has no attributes of the evil spirit, never hates, wars, kills, gets jealous, destroys, is all good. And I love that. There's a good spirit and there's an evil spirit. You come from good spirit, you're made of good spirit, and you'll return to good spirit. So that's my 3 favorite books. What should we do next? Crystals or tarot cards? I think I'll do tarot cards because I know some of my wonderful friends said that they want to get a deck, and so I'll show you my 3 favorite. Starting with number 3 is the Wild Unknown Tarot, and this deck really surprised me. I saw a lot of reviews for it, and I didn't get it at first because I just didn't think it would work for me. But something, I don't know, I ended up pulling the trigger and getting it. So glad I did. The imagery, it's all nature based. I mean, look at, there's deer, you have trees and the moon, and you feel with this deck, it brings out emotions, and as you meditate on the cards, you start seeing and feeling more and more. You got owls with the swords, and just the way it's put together, butterflies with the pentacles, horses, look at the chariot. I mean, it's a beautiful deck, and it reads. And I've got many tarot decks. The reason I chose these 3, because I have a relationship with them. There's a lot of decks, they're just beautiful art, and that's really all they are. You pull a card and it really doesn't speak to you. It's not what you're dealing with at this time. These 3 decks are absolute magic. They speak to me. There's a special bond I have with them, and I know that I can get a message from the universe when I pull out one of these 3 decks. My second favorite, I love this deck. I need this deck. It's the Everyday Witch, and we've talked about this before. It's a very childlike cartoon deck, but it makes me so happy, and it gives me good readings. Like the Chariot card, it's a witch with a leather jacket. She's got her pointy hat on a motorcycle, and her black cat is in the sidecar, and he has a helmet and a scarf blowing in the wind, and then there's signposts that says this way or that way. What a neat Chariot card. It just makes me, it puts a smile on my face. The World card, she's sitting on the beach again with her black cat, and it just brings these emotions and feelings, and it's the artwork, and you just feel like you've been to these places before. The Judgment card, I can't say enough about it. The Hermit card, she's sitting out by a campfire by herself, and if you're going to get a deck, I would definitely suggest that one. I love it. And then my all-time favorite deck is, of course, the Rider-Waite-Smith original tarot deck. And the thing about this deck, it really is magic. It speaks to me in a way that no other deck can. And of course, I've showed you many times the Four of Sword card. That's my card. And every time I'm shuffling, it comes up to me just to remind me, that, of course, the message, but that the deck's working, and I've told you before, I've shuffled it, pulled it from the top, from the middle, from the bottom of the deck. It always pops up just to show me, and I love it. And the thing with this deck, even if you've never had a tarot deck before, the imagery is familiar. It's these, when I saw this, I've seen it before I ever saw it. It's like in our collective conscious memory, and it's archetypes that we recognize. There's the Hermit, you know that image. Two of Cups. For some reason, we can't explain it, but we recognize these images, the Sun card, and we understand the emotion and the message that's behind these cards. And you can't explain it, but you know it, the Fool card. Oh, absolutely love it. So those are my 3 favorite decks. So far we got the number 1 book is Asha, number 1 tarot deck is the original Rider-Waite-Smith, and then my crystals. Coming in at number 3 is just a plain, pure, clear crystal. This is just good energy, and they're easy to carry around in your pocket. And it's when I first started doing energy work, and what I would do is I'd run it along my hand. Don't touch your hand, and you'll find that you can actually feel the energy at different spots. Really strong right there. So try that if you have a clear crystal and you learn to start to work with energy. So got a lot of great memories with that. And then of course, amethyst, my God. I joke about it. Every time I go to the crystal shop, I go, okay, I want to get a different colored crystal, a different crystal. I always walk out with a purple amethyst. I absolutely love these. The color and the way they feel. I love this rounded, smooth one. I absolutely love it. But when it comes down to my number 1 all-time favorite, it's the citrine, and I wear this one around my neck, and in that yellow, when I hold it into the sun, I can see all the different colors of all the different crystals in it, and oh, it just makes my heart jump. And I work with this one a lot. I put energy when I'm in my meditation and doing my I am love, I am peace, I am joy, and I hold this and I put that energy into this crystal that I can draw on at other times. And so I absolutely love this. Oh, and then I've told you this before. This one is a heat treated citrine. So they actually take a purple amethyst and then they heat treat it, and it turns to that yellow color. And so I've always thought of it as, purple is our royalty. We are children of God, and we come here to time, space, and we go through the fire, and we receive our yellow robes that have all the different colors within it. And I think it's just absolutely beautiful. So my favorite book, Asha, favorite tarot deck, Rider-Waite, and favorite crystal, the heat-treated citrine. So my friends, I hope you enjoyed that, and I really love if you go to the comments and tell me your favorite top 3 books, tarot cards, and crystals. And well, I was just thinking about music. We could have done music too. That would be a hard one, wouldn't it? How would you pick 3 favorite songs? I gotta say, Asha it would probably be my number 1 all-time favorite song. That's one of those songs that the first time I heard, I actually tears running down my face. It was so beautiful. Matter of fact, I'll put a link to that at the end of this video for you guys. All right, my friends, you know this. I love you. I love you. I love you.